Please be seated. I'm Glenn McConnell, class of 1969 and president of the College of Charleston. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the College of Charleston Spring Commencement. This is truly a special day, not only for you, but for your family, friends, and for our entire campus community. It's a day of endings and a day of beginnings. As we all know, graduation is the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication. The road here was not easy. It was never intended to be. A College of Charleston education is not for the faint of heart. Our faculty challenged you. They demanded the best of you. They pushed you to think clearly, deeply, and independently. You weathered those tests and have proven yourself indeed worthy of a College of Charleston degree. For us, the trustees, administrators, faculty, staff, parents, family members, friends, and loved ones, we all have the great honor of sharing in this, your moment of triumph. Please stand as Catherine Kuckelman, a rising senior majoring in music, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Catherine. That was beautiful. Today is a day when we as a university perform our most important annual tradition, sending out into the world a class of newly minted graduates. Class of 2018, I'm so proud of you for making it to this moment. I know what you have gone through to get to where you are right now. The all-nighters, frantically typing your 20-page papers, and for some of you, working up until the last minute before your exam or project is due. You may have stressed at times, but you never gave up because you had drive and discipline. In those moments, you discovered new depths of strength that you did not even know you had. And that's what we saw in you when you applied to the college. And today you have justified our confidence in you. All along, we knew you were different. You were smart, curious, and adventurous in ways that others weren't. Early on, we saw the dreamer, the leader, the innovator in you. And those are the things that we work to cultivate. As our faculty can attest, you have learned many, many lessons during the course of your college career. However, two other teachers, ones not dressed in academic robes and regalia, are present here today as well. The physical campus and our college traditions. They too have knowledge to impart. 4 lessons that will stay with you for a lifetime. The first lesson is a message that comes from the second stanza of our alma mater, and it proclaims, "Loyal sons and daughters, love thee, strive to conquer and prevail." That is what a College of Charleston education is meant to do. The world does not need another cog in the machine. You are to go forth, take risk, live the life extraordinary, make the world a better place. For a College of Charleston graduate, that is how we conquer and prevail. And you will. I know firsthand the power of this place, the guidance I received here both from my professors and my fellow classmates. It was transformative. It shaped my career as a lawyer, as a public servant, and it continues to shape me now as a university president. I do not speak lightly when I say that I owe everything to the school. I believe you will come to learn this as well. The second lesson can be found on the front of your program, where you will see the college's seal. It states that, and I quote, "Wisdom itself is liberty." Remember that, because it is your education, your ability to learn and adapt that will give you the freedom to realize your dreams. The degree you receive here today provides a foundation upon which you will construct lives and careers as grand and breathtaking as Randolph Hall. Our next lesson, taken from the Aeneid and etched in iron upon the gates leading into Cougar Mall, tells us that in our paraphrase, to remember these things may bring us pleasure. The poet Virgil understood the need for thoughtful reflection, and he reminds us to appreciate our experiences, both the good and the bad, because all of it shapes us. Our last lesson is found in the Greek phrase on Porter's Lodge. It sounds deceptively simple, but it represents the incredible complexity of the human condition. And I quote, "Know thyself," end of quote. Know thyself is not so much a lesson really, but a charge to never stop learning. These 4 lessons, visible on our campus and written into our traditions, have always resonated with me in my own life. I found that by coming back to the campus, my mind and spirit were re-energized and my curiosity reignited. This place is my intellectual home, and it is yours as well. As you will soon learn, today is not the conclusion of your College of Charleston experience. Far from it. Today is simply a new chapter. And after today, your personal journeys will take you places you can't even envision right now. I know when I graduated from the college 49 years ago, I didn't have a clue what the world had in store for me. So don't be nervous. That's how I guess it's supposed to be. One thing I do know, you will forever stand out. As you pursue careers in the arts, business, humanities, technology, education, the sciences, you will perceive possibility where others only see dead ends. You will challenge the status quo. You will be an agent of change, and you will discover that your star, yes, your star, it burns brighter. So class of 2018, remember well these 2 teachers, the physical campus and the traditions of the college that have taught you, to always strive to conquer and prevail, to never stop learning so that your life will be marked by wisdom and liberty, to remember fondly everything about your College of Charleston experience, and most importantly, to know thyself. You will find that these lessons will always ring true. Congratulations, class of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, for the conferring of the honorary degrees, I will now be joined by the chair of our Board of Trustees, David Hay, trustees Frank Gadsden and Greg Padgett. Would you please escort Perry Keith Waring to the lectern? And Trustee John Bush, would you please join me at the lectern as well? I'm honored to introduce Perry Keith Waring, a born and bred Charlestonian and highly regarded city councilman. He demonstrates on a daily basis what is possible when it comes to advocating for and uplifting a beloved city and all of its residents. He uses his service on more than 15 boards to impact his community.
I hereby present Perry Keith Waring, esteemed City Council member for District 7 of the City of Charleston, who has served both his native city as well as the College of Charleston in roles on its Foundation Board and the President's Campus Diversity Review Committee, making him a fitting candidate for the College of Charleston's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Perry Keith Waring, your long-standing and invaluable commitment to both the City of Charleston and the College of Charleston is both admirable and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Perry Keith Waring is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Waring. Trustees Demetria Clemens and Tab Swart, would you please escort Matthew Charles Zuckery to the lectern? Trustee Penny Rosner, please join me at the lectern as well. I'm honored to introduce Matthew Charles Zuckery, a summa cum laude graduate of the class of 1999 and recipient of the Bishop Robert Smith Award, the highest honor given to a graduating senior. His portrayals of a soul-searching lawyer in The Good Wife and a brilliant physician navigating the complexities of modern medicine in The Resident appeal to a broad spectrum of viewers.
I hereby present Matthew Charles Zuckery, widely esteemed screen actor who has created some of the most compelling roles in television today, making him a fitting candidate for the College of Charleston's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Matthew Charles Zuckery, your professional achievement in the creative arts is honorable and inspiring. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Matthew Charles Zuckery is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Zuckery. It is now my pleasure to say a few more words about Dr. Matt Zuckery before he takes the lectern as our commencement speaker. We're extremely fortunate to have him with us today. He's an accomplished actor whose passion for each role he takes on is clearly conveyed on screen. Dr. Zuckery graciously spent time with some of our theater students on Friday, providing a master class to them and answering their questions. We are so grateful for his willingness to interact with our students and enrich their academic and student experiences. Dr. Zuckery is a wonderful example of the power of a liberal arts education and how it can lead you to any career that you set your eyes on. Before I turn the lectern over to him, I would like to recognize his friends who are here to support him today. We have Casey Van Valkenburg, Jessica Nakel, Patrick Burns, Katie Burns, Dan Britton, Hayne Wilkes Jr., Suzanne Green, College of Charleston professor Joy Vandervoort Cobb, and College of Charleston coach Angelo Anaspalo. Would y'all please stand and be recognized? Thank you. With that, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcome to the lectern our commencement speaker, Dr. Zucri. Doctor?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. It's not on. Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah. All my friends have to call me doctor now. I love that. Oh, my God. Over drinks tonight. Can you believe that? Dr. Zucri. Beautiful. I double majored in history and political science at the College of Charleston. Okay. And yet my profession since graduation has been in the field of acting. So one could defensively argue that I have not used my College of Charleston degree for 1 second since receiving my diploma from this very stage. So this begs the question, what the hell was the College of Charleston thinking when they asked me to give the commencement address? I'm a guy who's never used his College of Charleston degree, and yet they want me to speak to the graduating class of 2018 on the most important day of their life, right before they receive their degrees from the College of Charleston. Well, truth be told, I don't know the reasons as to why I've been invited here today, and up front I need to further admit to this, that my own journey in life that has brought me here with each of you in this moment is just as confounding for me to understand as perhaps it will be for you to listen to me speak about it. Point being, I don't have things figured out in my life. And I certainly don't feel that by simply being asked to speak here today, I should tell the class of 2018 how to lead theirs. What I do have to offer you today is my truth, my unique life story. So I accepted this deeply special invitation to speak here at Charleston with a simple intention of sharing a few quick tidbits of my life perspective in the hopes that it might aid in yours. That being said, my dad used to always tell me, the great thing about advice is that you don't have to take it. So in that spirit, I would like for you to consider this speech as just some advice that you don't have to take. Now, circling back to my original question of why I've been invited here, perhaps one explanation is that the college liked the idea of a person who could stand up here and justifiably shout from the rafters that after you walk out under that arch back there today as newly confirmed graduates, know that your diploma from the College of Charleston is just a piece of paper. And this diploma does not guarantee you anything, nor should it be the focus of your celebration today. Some might say that that sounds a bit harsh, but my candor on diplomas represents a core piece of my truth, my unique life story. Throughout my studies here at Charleston, I planned all of my days towards the intention of going to law school, hence the history and political science majors I mentioned at the top of this speech. But when it came time to actually deliver on all those years of work here at CNC and get into law school, I completely bombed the law school admission test. Somebody else already blew the law school admission test. I blew the test that was the gatekeeper to my law school future. So in an instant after receiving these test results, a once assumed open door to my future for what was all intents and purposes was swept away. So I had failed at my first primary goal in life. Note to self, we all fail. And now, because of my failure, I had to figure out a way to change my entire life's course. So in this moment of crisis, I followed up my horrible performance on the LSAT test, just like whoever that was over there, by saying, hey, I'll become an actor. Now let me walk you through that choice. I decided at the time of my graduation with degree in hand that it was a super smart idea to pursue a career in which I had no degree, no understanding of the art or business of acting whatsoever, and I had no job prospects in my new chosen profession. That was the reality of my potential acting career on graduation day. Sounds ridiculous, but that's my truth. That's my unique life story. Now, in this present moment here today with each of you, upon reflection, looking back, I can say that my choice to become an actor looks like a decent enough idea because I've had some success in the business of being an actor over the course of these years, spanning from my graduation till now. But from firsthand experience, I can tell you this. Steve Jobs was spot on when he said in his commencement address in 2005 that, quote, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in the future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever," end quote. On graduation day, for me, looking forward, my future life and career was completely unknown, and yet despite all the unknowns, soon after I graduated, I crafted a strategy to pursue a career in acting that centered around a move to Los Angeles. So I drove west, roughly 2,379 miles from South Carolina to my final destination, LA. And upon seeing a sign on Interstate 10 noting 675 miles to Los Angeles, for the very first time, my choice to pursue the profession of acting became terrifyingly real. And in this moment of realization, instantly I began to weep uncontrollably. Tears streaming down my face because I felt so much doubt. I felt so much fear. I felt so much anxiety. I felt what we all feel in times of transformative change in our lives. I felt the vast unknowns of life thrust upon me, and I was struggling mightily. And as I continued down that interstate towards LA, in the background playing through the car speakers, I started to notice a song called "Lie in Our Graves" by the Dave Matthews Band. My ears perked up. And as the song reached its conclusion, the lyrics rang out like this: "I can't believe that we would lie in our graves wondering if we had spent our living days well. I can't believe that we would lie in our graves dreaming of things that we might have been." Hearing these lyrics, this was a light bulb moment for me, and suddenly I found myself firmly in the present moment. And in this present moment, three things were now crystal clear to me. Number one, I knew I was going to give this acting thing my best shot. I promised myself, ridiculous or not, I would be fully committed to the pursuit. And that commitment to the pursuit gave me a sense of purpose. And number two, I still had absolutely no idea how it would turn out. Even with a sense of purpose, the unknowns were just as strong as ever. And number three, but because I had a sense of purpose, just to give this endeavor my best shot, the fear was gone. I became fearless and focused on being in the present moment, focused on the pursuit rather than the unknown. And so the fear was replaced with trust, just like that Steve Jobs commencement speech. I had trust in the unknown that somehow the dots would connect and make sense later. We have to accept the unknown challenges in our lives because they are the reality of our lives. Hardships are guaranteed for all of us, but they are not guaranteed to define us. We control that which defines us by understanding that sometimes we just have to slog through the tough stuff to get to the good stuff. And further, we can't worry about the past. That's done. We can't worry about the future. That hasn't happened yet. The present moment. That is the only moment in which we are truly alive. And our attitude towards that present moment, whatever the present moment reveals to us, that is what will define us. That is where we must live, in the present moment, before we lie in our graves. And before we lie in our graves, I want you to be able to say that the gap between what you wanted to do in your life and what you actually did was nil. My TV dad on The Resident, Glenn Morshower, he impressed that upon me. Now, the closer the gap is to nil, the closer you are to your fulfilled sense of purpose. How many of us can say that the gap between what I want to do in my life and what I'm actually doing is nil? Very, very few. I can't say that I'm there 100%. but I can promise you that I am taking my best shot. And that's what I want for you. I want your life to be lived in the present moment in a way that captures uniquely who you are with a sense of purpose. I want you to fulfill whatever aspirations you may have for your unique life. To be a mother, to travel and invest in experiences, to be great at your job no matter what that job is, to enact change in the world, to be a friend who can be counted on. The opportunities of purpose to seek are just as limitless as that which is within you. And what is within you? What is within uniquely you? That is what we are celebrating today. Today is not a celebration of diplomas and objects of achievement, but rather it is a celebration of you, the individual you. It is a celebration of what it took within you to make it to this day. And that is the beauty of your college education. The true gift of college is not about a diploma or what you learned in class. No, it lies in what you have learned about yourself because you were required to go to class. The college structure of majors, tests, grades, deadlines, that's all outside stuff. A diploma is an object, discovering and harnessing what is uniquely you for your work in your personal life. That is inside stuff. And that inside stuff is where everything lives. Figuring out what your strengths and your weaknesses are in good times and bad, and in turn coming to understand them in a way that makes you powerful in your own skin, that's beautiful. And it's up to you to figure that out. And here's the great news. You've already done it. Maybe without even realizing it fully, but you've done it. You tapped into your essence to figure out how to meet the demands of college and at the same time have a blast in your personal life. Over these years in school to make it to your graduation day, you tapped into all that was within you. You called upon your grit to make it to that 8 a.m. class despite your hangover. You found the strength to address your social anxieties, and you went out and you made some new friends. You had the courage to overcome the loss of a loved one, and you still passed your test. You loved someone. They broke your heart. You loved someone new, and you broke their heart. All this is within you. This is why you made it here today. This is your truth. This is your unique life story, and this is why we're here celebrating you today. You've done it to get here. Now moving forward from this point, the magic trick for you in your life is understanding that it is your responsibility to continually evaluate and try to understand that constantly changing self within you. That exploration and then turning it into purpose, that is what makes you uniquely you and your life your best life. Your life demands the constant reevaluation of the daily routine every day. And further, the world needs your constant examination of who you are, because our individual lives are now deeply interconnected to the world more than ever. Your life and the lives of others are intertwined by the tentacles of technology. Now is the time to take that connectivity between the self and the world that has been magnified in your lifetime by computers, apps, and social media and turn it into human unity. And on this point in particular, the world needs change from you, this generation. The world needs your truth. It needs your unique life story to inspire others to live their best lives. Because if we can now be so personally connected through images liked on Instagram or through the stroke of a key on a keyboard, we can most certainly see that all of us behind the image, behind the keyboard, crave an equal shot at our best lives. Therefore, there is no place in this world for racism, gender inequality, ageism, and the denial of rights to the LGBT community. Just as vast technological advancements creating interconnection is the new normal for your generation, historic issues such as ensuring equality for all have found a renewed strength in your voice in your time because of you. And as a result, your generation now has the power to finally guarantee that all of us gain access to our own unique shot at our own best lives. History is watching what we do with our own lives and how we connect our lives positively to impact the lives of others. And I learned that from my history and political science degrees. Charleston also taught me how to find my purpose, my truth, my unique life story in order to aspire to my best life. The College of Charleston is the place where I not only earned my degree, but most importantly, I learned that what you take with you after you leave these grounds is that which you have found within you. And today, each of you among the class of 2018 continues in the long tradition of graduates across the world who have come before you. Today, you take all that you have discovered within you and you continue to shape your own truth. You continue to carve out your own unique life story. And I want you to take your best shot at creating your own best life. And while doing so, in the process, make the world around you a better place. So to honor the class of 2018 taking their best shot at their best life, I would like to close using the lyrics from the musical Hamilton. This is from a song titled, My Shot. I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zucri. That's again, Dr. Zucri. We are thrilled to have had your remarks today. Thank you for teaching us the power and potential of failure as well as success, and thank you for your truth. We are so pleased you did not retake the law school exams. I am Provost Brian McGee, and it is my pleasure to announce our William Aiken Fellows. We are pleased to recognize our graduating class of the Aiken Fellow Society. These students are the ones bearing medals hanging from gold and maroon ribbons. Aiken Fellows are all members of our Honors College and were recruited to the College of Charleston based on superior academic performance. As Aiken Fellows, they have participated in a range of activities aimed at their development as scholars and professionals in their fields of choice. All 30 Aiken Fellows are graduating with Latin honors. 18, like our speaker, are graduating summa cum laude. 6 are graduating magna cum laude, and 6 are graduating cum laude. 4 are graduating with a 4.0 perfect grade point average and are recipients of the John Lewis Gervais Award. 22 had international experiences and all were involved in substantive research in their fields. 1 is a Fulbright Scholar, a Noah Holling Scholar, and a Goldwater Scholar. Another is a Rotary Global Scholar and a Fulbright Summer Institute Scholar. 3 are Fulbright semifinalists. 12 are headed to graduate or professional school, 8 of those with funding. 23 presented their work at academic or professional conferences, and 28 performed at least one internship or some other work experience that was relevant to their interests. 1 is, again like our speaker, a recipient of this year's Bishop Robert Smith Award. 1 the Alexander Chambliss Conley Award, and 1 received the Alumni Medal. Would the William Aiken Fellows present at this ceremony please stand? Congratulations, and you may be seated. At this afternoon's ceremony, we have 3 students who have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Please stand as I call your name. First, Wilson Ford, a major in English. Second, Jolie Emerson Hires, a double major in foreign language education and Spanish. And third, Madeline Marie Lieben, a triple major in international studies, philosophy, and religious studies. Congratulations, you may be seated. Next, we will hear from representatives of the senior class and Student Government Association. Madeline Lieben will make remarks on behalf of her senior classmates. She is the recipient of the Bishop Robert Smith Award, the highest honor a graduating student can achieve at the College of Charleston. The Bishop Robert Smith Award, named for the College of Charleston founder and its first president, was established by former President Theodore Stern to recognize students who demonstrate exceptional leadership and academic excellence. Madeline, please stand again and be recognized. Congratulations, Madeline. You can sit one more time. Before Madeline presents her remarks, Alexandra Helfgott, President of the Student Government Association, will speak on behalf of the undergraduate student body.
If there's anything we've learned in college, it's that time passes quickly. In the season of graduation, we spend a lot of time reflecting on the past and looking forward toward the future, which is important and it's meaningful, but it also makes it easy to overlook the present. This very moment as we sit in the cistern and celebrate the official end of your College of Charleston careers. We as students spend years pushing ourselves, striving for excellence, and always thinking about the next step or chapter, which often means missing what is right in front of us, and today is no exception. As we sit in the cistern right now, I know our minds are drawn elsewhere. First to the heat and the sweat running down our backs, and next to the post-graduation dinner and celebration plans. Thoughts like, will my name be pronounced properly, and how much longer is this going to last, are running through many heads. But for 1 second, stop. Try to be fully present, letting those other thoughts drift aside. This ceremony celebrates the culmination of years of hard work, and I challenge all of you to be mindful, to be present in this very moment, because it will be over sooner than any of us can imagine. It will quickly become another memory that fades with time, only to be revitalized with the help of pictures. Life is a collection of moments just like this one. If we allow ourselves to mentally escape either into the past or the future, we miss out on the present. Memories fade, but feelings last a lifetime. So savor this moment and know that you did it, class of 2018. You made it.
Hello. My name is Madeline Lieben, and I'm so honored to be one of the Bishop Robert Smith Award recipients. More of feelings of pride, though, this award has come with an immense amount of humility and of gratitude. I've learned so much from the excellence of my peers, from the teachers and the staff here at the college, and I'm absolutely indebted to my beautiful family out there for all of their support. I want to start by sharing a story that I encountered right before I came to the college, and I think it's quite romantic that I get to bring it here today. It's one by Jeanette Walls, who wrote a memoir about her rather tumultuous childhood. In it, she reflects on some horrible scars on her torso that she gained while cooking her only meal of the day, a hot dog, at only 3 years old. She tipped the boiling water and suffered third-degree burns that would mark her forever. In her memoir, she talks about revealing the scars to her husband and being full of shame about the ugliness of the incident and the difficulty of her upbringing. But upon seeing them, her husband says, "Jeanette, this is your texture. It's a testament of what you've been through." I'll fast forward. Years later, our Jeanette is a wildly successful author, and she's giving a rather emotional speech to a crowd of older women. And at the end, a lady, diamonds flashing, looking as cool and as stunning as some of these women you might find south of Broad, this woman comes up to her and she says, "Sweetheart, if you look closely, even silk's got texture." This idea of texture, I think it's an important one. And I think it's really quite beautiful because it's dynamic and it can be applied to the diversity of humans and human experiences in this world. We all have stories to tell, sort of like the one we just got. It's something I imagine our time at the College of Charleston might have fostered as we've come to know ourselves in these prime time years of our lives. And it's something we'll do next after crossing the cistern today. So, for whatever my advice might be worth, I urge you, get your feet dirty. Deepen those lines around your eyes with full belly laughter. Cry, really sob about the injustices in our societies. And then fix your jaw in resolve for the contributions you'll make to fixing them. Try, bruise, fall and fail, and then try again. And beyond this rather self-centric model, find warmth in the comfort of companions and loved ones, and strain your ears to hear the stories of others, for this is truly living. So today, tomorrow, and every day that follows, I encourage you to seek and to share your texture. Thank you all so much for an amazing 4 years. Very best wishes to all. Congrats. And I would be remiss if I did not introduce our next speaker. Mike Ronald, class of 1995, and he will now speak on behalf of the Alumni Association.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Good afternoon and welcome. It's an honor and a privilege to take part in your ceremony today. As president of the Alumni Association, I welcome all of you as the newest members to join our family of nearly 87,000 alumni across the world. You'll be a member of an alumni association that was founded in 1888, and it exists to promote the welfare of the College of Charleston. This is your alumni association, and I encourage you to become actively involved. It's your time and it's your college. Take advantage of everything that the college and the Alumni Association has to offer you. As you get ready to start this new phase of your life, I'd like to share a few thoughts with you from someone who graduated 23 years ago. Make the most of the education you received. You're all very well prepared for whatever path life's going to lead you down. The friends you made here will be some of the best friends you will ever have. I promise you that. Stay connected with each other and with the college. Get involved, come back for a Charleston Affair and all the other wonderful events that we have throughout the year. Get involved. We've got 30 alumni chapters around the country, and we have 3 overseas, and every year we're adding more. If you move to a city that has a chapter, join it. If there's not one in your area, we can get one open with your help. Give back. Keep a philanthropic spirit as you leave here today. It's our duty to give back to this great institution and make sure that those that have come after that will come after us get to experience all the joy that we've gotten out of our time at the college. There's a tradition involving the class ring. Before graduation, the students will wear their ring with the seal facing towards them. Today, you can turn your rings around, so I ask you to go ahead and do that now for all those that have a ring. That signifies that you are now ready to go out into the world and that you're an alumni of the College of Charleston. Please always remember the Alumni Association and the college will be here for you. Lastly, I'd like to recognize and thank the members of the Student Alumni Associates. They've served as the marshals for today's ceremony. Without their dedication and service, this would not have been possible, so thank them as well.
Thank you, Michael. We have already celebrated 2 degree presentations, and now we celebrate 700 more. Provost McGee, will you join me in presenting the Artium Baccalaureatus degrees? Here at the College of Charleston, the Artium Baccalaureatus degree, the AB degree in classics, requires significant coursework in both Greek and Latin. Other AB majors at other universities require significant coursework in only Greek or Latin. The College of Charleston has awarded this degree for more than 2 centuries. That grand tradition continues today. Will the following candidates please come to center stage? Katie Elizabeth Buckler, a major in philosophy. Edmund Randolph Hill, a major in Spanish. Brittany Nicole McCarver, a major in history. Sophie Kimball Naughton, a double major in classics and English. Audrey Madeline Pauling, a major in anthropology. Brooke Ashlyn Thomas, a major in English. Joseph Wilson Westbury IV, a major in classics. And Erin Taylor Waller, a double major in classics and history. She's here. And Kathy Bell Jackson, a double major in psychology and sociology. I ask those on the stage to remain seated. However, it is a tradition that the audience stand when this degree is awarded. Would the audience in Sistine Yard please rise? Curitoribus, auctoritatem, trebientibus hos juvenes in humanioribus, literae praeclare, eruditos, ad gradum audium baccalaureatus admissi. Congratulations. The audience may be seated. Now, joining us in awarding the bachelor's degrees will be Chair Hay, Dr. Zucri, and Executive Vice President of Student Affairs, Alicia Cordell, and Professor Beatriz Maldonado from the Department of Economics and the Department of International Studies, and Professor Cynthia May in the Department of Psychology will announce the names and majors of our graduates. Upon the successful completion of all degree requirements, and with the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present the bachelor's degree candidates of 2018.
For the bachelor's degree in anthropology, joining us will be Professor Tracy Burkett, chair of the department. Assisting with graduates from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences will be Dean Gerald Hale. Caitlin Marie Buxton, magna cum laude. Margaret Sinead Carey. Lauren Alyssa Cooper-Ryder. Rex Nathaniel Dankser. Elisa Christine Gallo. Zachary Tyler Gaza. Brianna Nicole Heipel. Matthew Adam Hunter, also meets requirements for archaeology. Susie Bree Metropole. Catherine Elaine Moore. Erin Lynn Murray. Madeline Ray Netfield. Audrey Madeline Poling. Christina Paola Perez, cum laude. Christopher Garrison Raditz. Olivia Kafka Sackler. Michaela Rose Terrell. For the bachelor's degree in communication, joining us will be Professor Jennifer Coffin, chair of the department. Thomas Andre Matar. Jennifer Adeze Suzu. Also meets requirements for theater. Madison Taylor Atwood. John Davis Austin, cum laude. Anu Camila Bailey, cum laude, also meets requirements for Spanish. Samuel Christopher Bailey. Allison Rose Bartow. Grace S. Benigni. Emma Elizabeth Berry, cum laude. Hannah Nicole Bloom. Brooks Anderson Bowden. Amelie Victoria Brown. Tanisha Monique Brown. Margaret Kelly Brummer. Catherine Ann Kaplan. Catherine Stewart Caro, cum laude. Christopher Brian Casey. Shelby Kaysen. Kaylee Danielle Charles, magna cum laude. Emma Jane Sissel. Mary Ryler McMaster Clayton. Rachel Ashley Clayton. Sierra Nicole Klingerman, cum laude. Amelia Eason Coggin. Amanda Lee Corley. Kimberly Jane Cortelesa. Gabrielle Rose Crone. Joseph Michael Diakili. Claire Marie Davis also meets requirements for studio art. Mary Caroline Dennis. Jack Franklin DeWeese. Haley Amalia Donovan. Angela Joelle Downs. Catherine Elizabeth Duncan. Corinne Danielle Durocher. Darian Brooke Ebert. Alexis Ewane. Morgan Leigh Foley. Lindsay Ann Foxon. Carly Jordan Frey. Caroline Elizabeth Gaffney. Gabrielle Faye Galbraith. Laurel Cassidy Gunn. Mary Alice Gardner, cum laude. Genevieve Irene Garland. Richard Cameron Garrett. Erin Mackenzie Garrity. Shelby Lane Geiger. Lauren Elizabeth Gentry. Jonathan Ross Gersel. Haley Faith Graham. Hannah Griffin. May Aoyun Grin. Megan Elizabeth Gully. Joseph Scott Haynes. Mallory Jean Hanbach. George Charles Handy III. Bonnie Lynn Hansley. Winfield Scott Harvin Jr., cum laude. Kurumi Hayashi. Carolyn Lee Heisenbuttle. Dalton Elizabeth Hester. Kendra Hodgdon. Alexis Huffman. Mariah Ann Huffman. Julius Ramon Holmes. Elena Louise Catasanos, cum laude. Caroline Baxley Kelly, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. The Honors College certificates were awarded by Dean Tricia Folds Bennett at a separate ceremony. Carson Kendrick. Madeline Joy King. Kristen Elizabeth Kita, cum laude. Kristen Nicole Kornbluth also meets requirements for the Honors College. Olivia Nicole Kraus. Caitlin Lebrine. Claudia Dockery Landis. Bailey Marie Laskowski. Catherine June Lawrence. William Henry Lawrence. Jaquan Ladante Leonard. Reagan Faye Loftus also meets requirements for political science. Savannah Joyce Lopet. Amanda Elizabeth Logie. Amelia Hart Ludington. Sarah Elizabeth Lynch. Christina Anna Mahaffey. Summa cum laude also meets requirements for dance. Courtney Hillen Mahoney. Sean Lewis Meyerhofer. Victoria Patricia Mann. Tristan Lehan Martin. Maggie Maria McCartan. Michaela Lee McCauley. Laura Ann McDermott. Sarah Ainsley McKay. Virginia Claire McMillan. Serena Lyndon Menges. Riley Miller. Casey Starr Muffet. Maxwell Justice Keeble Mosley. Mitchell Cameron Nath. Victoria Patricia Neville. Madeline Francesca O'Brien. Catherine Teresa O'Hare, cum laude. Grace Christine Patton, cum laude. Haley Nicole Peterson. Ali Baran Piwonka. Tristan Street Poole. Catherine Ann Presmark. Christopher Scott Prohaska, cum laude. Brent Christopher Reese Jr. Alexa Heather Reiser. Stephen Rendon Valderrama. Victoria Estrella Rivera. Nicholas Scott Rodriguez. Maria Lisa Rounds. Jacqueline Ann Root. Temperance Davin Thomas Russell. Caroline Michelle Schott. Matthew Alexander Scotty. Mia Cecilia Serafine. Holy Elizabeth Shaw. Lauren Elizabeth Shillington. Emma Rose Smith. Sierra Smith. Caitlin B. Smith. Lila Stollard. Virginia Ann Smith. Madison Caitlin Stieglitz. Ryan Joseph Sullivan. Laura Sidney Summer. Constance Brooke Sweetenberg. Brooke Logan Teague. Mary Carson Terrell. Kiera Lachey Thompson. Brett Thomas Ty. Tyrene Gracia Void, cum laude. Glennon Rose Wagner. Elizabeth Finley Williams. Margaret Elizabeth Williamson. Melanie Carol Wolferts. Brandon Hamilton Wood. For the bachelor's degree in English, joining us will be Professor Scott Peebles, representing the department. Christy Monir Abdel Malak. Amelia Ann Ador. William Alexander Allen V, summa cum laude. Evan Dake Johnson Borton. Mr. Borton is receiving a certificate in English. Elizabeth Blossom Bowles, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Jalen Doreen Brooks Neffley, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for International Studies and the Honors College. Tynesha Jacqueline Brown. Kaylee Marie Burke. Carolee Rhiannon Burns. Erin Heaton Davis, magna cum laude. Okay. Anna Marie Fail. John Ryan Feeney. Wilson Ford, top honors, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Michael Joseph Froliger. Ellen Elizabeth Goes, cum laude. Matthew Taylor Green. Percival Vincent Haas, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Joshua Neal Helvey. Luke David Chase Henderson. Brian Edward Lavec. Sigrid Beth Johannes, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Lillian Middleton Joyce. Lavina Lindahl, magna cum laude. Laurel Shannon McCormick. Nora Catherine Obeid, cum laude. Haley Shea Olds. Rachel Christina Park, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for secondary education cognate. Alexander Preston Peebles. Kathleen Holton Power, cum laude. Sarah Rose Reynolds. Catherine Lagares Sanders, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Gabrielle Marie Simpson. Araceli Jade Skridulis, magna cum laude. Brooke Ashlyn Thomas, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Abigail Lane Tierney, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Torpes, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for philosophy and the Honors College. Grace Elora Vale. Anne Henley Worthen. For the bachelor's degree in history, joining us will be Professor Irina Gigova, representing the department. William Isaac Bailey Hamill. Taylor James Beck. Avery Johnson Cantor. Margaret Grace Cardaropoli, cum laude. Elizabeth Leigh Cook. Zalira Tunney Cooper also meets requirements for African American Studies. Claire Pauline Eagle. Grace Ann Hall, cum laude. Lance Stephen Hamlet. Mary Eleanor Hand. Tanner Michael Hatch also meets requirements for political science. Grayson Harris. Aliyah Rashaunda James. Cheyenne Miranda Johnson also meets requirements for secondary education cognate. Harrison McCarthy Kindle. Brittany Nicole McCarver, cum laude. Anna Virginia Miller, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for political science in the Honors College. Cassandra Grace Miller. Daniel James Morris II, cum laude. Veronica Marie Pieretti. Sean Mackenzie Resch. Nathaniel Warden Roberts. Anna Louise Robertson. Bailey Nicole Rogers. Nicholas J. Rowley. Richard Field Russell. Jacob Andrew Satterfield. Jack Leo Schaefer also meets requirements for political science. Patrick James Spoon Jr. also meets requirements for political science. Haley Michelle Thomas. Bria Shoshana Welsh. John Pearson Wright II. Carolyn Ann Pyram Yarbrough. Nathaniel Joseph Jungman, magna cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in philosophy, joining us will be Professor Larry Krasnoff, chair of the department. Jasmine P. Brown. Katie Elizabeth Buckler, cum laude. Jackson Thomas D'Antonio. Zadie Margaret Mathis. Joel Marshall May, cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in political science, joining us will be Professor Gibbs Knotts, chair of the department. Holden Jackson Ammons. Alexandra Miller Entley, cum laude. Mary Boyd Barefoot, cum laude, also meets requirements for English. Seth McNabb Barry Hinton, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for history and the Honors College. Victoria Lynn Blanc. Liza J. Branyan, summa cum laude. Michael Marsh Brzezinski. Peyton Hamilton Callahan. Jordan Brian Caraway. Erica Ann Cara, magna cum laude. Nicholas Sean Catherall. Elizabeth Sarah Ann Collette. Colin Joseph Collum. Christian Thomas Cooper also meets requirements for international studies. Brittany Marie Darnell, cum laude. Haley Onika DePort, magna cum laude. William Sellers Detweiler. Lauren Martins Diener, also meets requirements for psychology. Samantha Marie DeGrotto. Wilson McBrayer Elliott. Brett H. Epstein. Sarah Catherine Jerkins, cum laude, also meets requirements for Honors College. Morgan Emily Godfrey also meets requirements for international studies. Meredith Blair Grant, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies in the Honors College. Destiny Nikayla Green. Henry Duval Gregory also meets requirements for philosophy. Kelly Catherine Hafner. Natalia D. Hardy, cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies. Hannah Jackson Hastings, cum laude. Jonathan Michael Hickling, also meets requirements for international studies. Charles B. Hinant. Bryce J. Johnson. Sierra Elizabeth Johnson, cum laude. Lauren Ray Johnson, also meets requirements for music. Emily Faith Lefko, magna cum laude. Winter Nicole Leonard. Presley Ann Leopard, cum laude, also meets requirements for communication in the Honors College. Joshua Logan Lesser. Emily Turney Looney, cum laude. Amanda Marie Malul. Grace Hill McCarthy. Dean McCrae, magna cum laude. Daniel Kenneth Miles, also meets requirements for philosophy. Max Alexander Moore. Peyton Moran. Sarah Margaret Nesbitt. Elliot Emery Ness de Verona. Erin May Noonan. Leah Ulbrich. Kendall Ausland. Eden Peretz, cum laude. Martin Brent Parker. Aline Middleton Ponder. Nicole Kayla Pop, also meets requirements for Honors College. Stafford Irwin Query. Allison Delaney Reinhardt. Sandra Ann Resch, also meets requirements for business administration. Laura Renee Ritchie, also meets requirements for international studies. Courtney Holion Ruckard, also meets requirements for international studies. Mason Bakersville Rush. Christian Josiah Sancho. Connor L. Sheets. Jordan Craig Shroom. Maisha D. Taylor. Catherine Ellis Thompson, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for Honors College. Lauren Elizabeth Ebony Teresiana Venson, cum laude. Hannah Lane Ward, magna cum laude. Abigail Landis Warman. Hanley Ashton Womack. Adam Harris Zerbst.
For the bachelor's degree in psychology, joining us will be Professor Gabrielle Principe, chair of the department. Kendall Carlise Abrams. Amy Nicole Ackershuk. Laura Vitale Amarante. Michaela Lynn Andrews. Alexis Babcock Sclair. Caroline Rose Barron. Olivia Michelle Battolino. Morgan Elise Beck. Brandy Lakeisha Bell, summa cum laude, also meets the requirements for the Honors College. Anya Mina Bennett. Emily Ann Berry, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Vincent Charles Bianculli. Ella Justine Bogadinsky. Kira Colleen Bonfort. Renee Bryn Bonnet. Patrick Ross Brooks, cum laude. Caroline Greer Brown. Danielle Monique Brown Dalford, also meets requirements for sociology. Kristen Bryant. Caitlin Marie Buchanan. Taylor Michelle Buckler. Catherine Blakely Karsten, summa cum laude. Erica Cavalier. Samantha Jean Chapman, magna cum laude. Amanda Wolfcamp Sibashino, cum laude. Sophie Jordan Cooperman. Kimberly Nicole Cranmer. Ellie Jean Cutright, magna cum laude. Maisie Lynn Deans, magna cum laude. Mary Anya DeFazio. Jade Diana Doolittle. Peyton Brooke Dowling. Megan Elizabeth Drury. Kristen Marcia Dunaway. Markel Elizabeth Evans, cum laude. Erin Beth Fence. Mary Primrose Fisher. Savannah Ruth Floyd, also meets requirements for studio art. Charles Preston Foster, also meets requirements for biology. Timony Deasia Charmaine Fowler. Mary Christina Fragakis. Barry Elise Froman. Brittany L. Gadsden. Claire Spurrier Gaffney. Mackenzie Ann Gilly. Sabine Helen Ginsberg. Theron Cooper Godfrey Jr. Carolyn Claire Gutschel, cum laude. Terry Kathleen Harvey, cum laude. Jasmine Olivia Hasty, magna cum laude. Henry Lawrence Hadel III. Bradley Hemming. Hope Kathleen Henry. Casey McClellan Hopper, magna cum laude. Tyler Brian Jackson. Sarah Dolly Jennings, cum laude. Courtney Ray Jono, cum laude. Casey Virginia Johnson. Catherine Grace Johnson, cum laude. Also meets requirements for the Honors College. McKenna Johnson. Kaylee Diane Katsanis. Daniel James Lang, cum laude. Brett Dean Leach. Charles Scott Long, Jr. Brianna Lee Lunmar, magna cum laude. Raven Alexandra Mathis. Aaron E. McBrady, cum laude. Tyler Andrew McCormick. Catherine Elizabeth McDonald. Paul Daniel McTaggart. Chelsea Ann Mesha. John Benjamin Miller. Connor Murphy. Parker Elliott Murphy. Rebecca Lynn Murphy also meets requirements for communication. Michelle Naomi Myers, magna cum laude. Madison Suann Napoli. Christopher Russell Neal. Jessica Lawrence Nevins. April Kathleen Nimmons. Sydney Anna O'Connor. Esprit Valan Ori. Jacqueline Marie O'Shea. Audrey Marie Owensby, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Michaela Simone Papillon. Rihanna Marie Parker, cum laude. Neha Penmansada. Megan Rose Peterson, summa cum laude. Eva Alexandra Prigoff, magna cum laude. Susan Chamberlain Reap, cum laude. Essence T. Robinson. Dion Joy Romansky. Aaron Lloyd Sorrow. Christine Diane Scanapico. Ryan Austin. Catherine Breeden Scudder. Jordana Grace Siegel. Madison Lynn Sherwood, cum laude. Hannah Adele Smith. Laura Elizabeth Smith, magna cum laude. Ashley Solis. Jenna Alev Soyden. Emily Claire Speranza. Harrison McLeod Stewart. Scott Merritt Sweezy Jr., cum laude. Bryn Emily Todvin. Hannah Lee Thompson. London Jacob Tillinghast. Jensen Stacy Tomberlin also meets requirements for the Honors College. Molly H. Trotter. Nefertiti Vandross. Candace Lynette Van Wade, cum laude. Nicholas Eustace Van Zant, summa cum laude. Juliana Elise Wallace, summa cum laude, also meets the requirements for the Honors College. Rachel L. Wasden. Mary Margaret Welch, cum laude. Charlotte Sloan Wheeler, cum laude. Rachel Frances Winner. Eliza Rose Wolf. Brooke Christine Wynn. Elizabeth Zolnay. For the bachelor's degree in public health, joining us will be Professor Deborah McGee, representing the program. Anna Sidney Bauer, Victoria Blyler, Nicole Browning, magna cum laude. Bria Chantel Danzler, Brendan Patrick Fitzmaurice, Haley Marilena Friedman, Shelby Nicole Harris, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Mitchell Elizabeth Jones, Krishana Brene Kiesler, Chinesha Lee King, Timothy Paul Kroc, Frank Hayden Mansour, Caitlin Leanne Massey, Carlin Dexter Nelson, Lauren Elizabeth Pickering, Letitia Lafayette Angel Robinson, Reed Murdoch Smith, Ellis Fowler Stewart, Malia Kaveilani Juliana Young Williams. For the bachelor's degree in religious studies, joining us will be Professor Todd Levasseur, representing the program. Ansley Elizabeth Banks, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies and the Honors College. Hannah Rebecca Dean also meets requirements for history. Jesse Addison Lee Edmonds also meets requirements for theater. Luke Douglas Shirley, cum laude. Sylvia Paris Scary, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies. Ashley Michaela Thompson, cum laude. Grace Jenna Wiedemann, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for history. Madeline Marie Lieben, top honors, also meets requirements for international studies, philosophy, and the Honors College. For the bachelor's degree in sociology, joining us will be Professor Tracy Burkett, chair of the department. Sophia Anetti, Luke Cutler Barker, Brooke Carey Bazemore, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for Latin American and Caribbean studies. Molly Ann Bina, James John Boschel, Brianna Nicole Boyd, Courtney Ray Campbell, Christine Lee Cato, magna cum laude. Sarah Linda Chase, Sarah Lene Clark, Kate Trinner Crisp, Mary Claire Dahl, Chloe Rose Drux, Lauren Marie Dullberger, Kirsten K. Freed, cum laude. Joanne Leslie Fermanchik, magna cum laude. Autumn Lee Gravel, Hannah Lee Harley. Aiden Grace Hastings. Ms. Hastings is receiving a certificate in sociology. Allison Lee Hirsch. Elise Marianne Hogan, cum laude. Jordan Simone Jackson. Kelly Bell Jackson, cum laude, also meets requirements for psychology. Elliot Elizabeth Jones. Sophia Ann Chrysler. Caroline Rita Ryman Lawler. Rebecca Lindsay Leddick. Talea Nicole McLean Jennings. Jessica Hope Morris. Lynn Cam Wynn also meets requirements for biology. Abigail Adams Ogden. Leah Nicole Palmadessa. Quinn New Pham. Sydney Christine Parker. Maribel Santiago also meets requirements for psychology. Aaliyah Tankara Sellers. Iris Serrano, magna cum laude. Sydney Rose Walsh. Ione Maxwell Vache, magna cum laude. Brittany Joy Baez. Brant Williams. For the bachelor's degree in urban studies, joining us will be Professor Kevin Keenan, director of the program. Cameron Alexander Butts, Also meets requirements for historic preservation and community planning. Cara Ann Delvecchio. Allison Kathleen Deo. Also meets requirements for historic preservation and community planning. Pierce Andrew Forgione. Genevieve Therese Henderson, cum laude. Caitlin Ramey Joyner, magna cum laude. Also meets requirements for the Honors College. Aiden Gabriel Long. William Bowen Smith, summa cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in Women's and Gender Studies, joining us will be Professor Chris DeWeld, director of the program. Chloe Ruth Beckham. Rachel L. Dickey, cum laude, also meets requirements for biology. Zoe Virginia Grimm. Carly Lane Ann Lewis, magna cum laude. Raphael Martine Navas, magna cum laude. Jessica Hope Rogerson. Cora Leola Carletta Webb also meets requirements for public health. Assisting with the graduates from the School of Languages, Cultures, and World Affairs will be Interim Dean Timothy Johnson. For the bachelor's degree in African American Studies, joining us will be Professor Camila Martin, director of the program. Crystal C. Grant. Mitchell Matthew Hill, Jr. Mr. Hill is receiving a certificate in African American Studies. Joshua Joseph Mack. For the bachelor's degree in archaeology, joining us will be Professor Scott Harris, chair of the department. Gabriel David Higgs also meets requirements for history. Brittany Danielle Qualls also meets requirements for anthropology. Molly Faye Van Ostren, cum laude, also meets requirements for anthropology. For the bachelor's degree in classics, joining us will be Professor Sam Flores, representing the department. Sophie Kimball Naughton, summa cum laude, also meets the requirements for English and the Honors College. Kayla Anne-Marie Saunders also meets requirements for foreign language education. Joseph Wilson Westbury IV. Aaron Taylor Weiler also meets requirements for history. For the bachelor's degree in French and Francophone Studies, joining us will be Professor Lisa Signori, chair of the department. Nina Teresa Mariano Banez, cum laude, also meets requirements for foreign language education. Jonah Samuel Crisanti also meets requirements for anthropology. Davis Scott Haithcock also meets requirements for art history. Deepka Miriam Mason, cum laude, also meets requirements for foreign language education. Amelia Grace Thomas. For the bachelor's degree in German, joining us will be Professor Morgan Kerner, chair of the department. Okay. Claire Pfeiffer. Classics. Megan Height Carpenter. Leah Nadine Knapperts also meets requirements for marketing. Chase Carmichael LaFour. For the bachelor's degree in international studies, joining us will be Professor Douglas Friedman, director of the program. Alexandra Ellen Astor, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Frank L. Barrett. Maitland Elizabeth Barton, cum laude, also meets requirements for supply chain management and the Honors College. Noah Lee Battle. Kelty Butler Carson, cum laude. Ashley Marie Esterline. Jayla Diane Goodwin. Stephanie Marie Hanna. Mackenzie T. Hoisington. Samuel Michael Holliday. Calder Lindemann Jose also meets requirements for studio art. Julie Ann Kramer, cum laude. Fatima Oliveira Lunsford. Allison Rose Maleka. Jonathan Hunter Maza. Kimberly Nicole Meehan, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for Spanish and the Honors College. Catherine Grace Murchison, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for Spanish and the Honors College. Emily Christine Neal. Rachel Ann Nichols, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for French and Francophone Studies and the Honors College. Natalie Taylor Rand, magna cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Barrett Rice. Crystal Ann Siegel, cum laude. Eric C. Singleton, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for Psychology and the Honors College. Gabrielle Simone Stonke, also meets requirements for Communication. Margaret Kateri Stanton. Juliana Sarah Wilkinson. For the bachelor's degree in Jewish Studies, joining us will be Professor Martin Perlmutter, director of the program. Caitlin Rose Cloutier. For the bachelor's degree in Latin American and Caribbean Studies, joining us will be Professor Lola Colomina Geragos, director of the program. Paula Edith Hazel. Maria Concepcion Martinez Morillo. For the bachelor's degree in Spanish, joining us will be Professor Mark Del Mastro, chair of the department. Lauren Ashley Ante, cum laude. Valerie Baldessarier also meets requirements for international studies. Aaron Kennedy Barlow also meets requirements for sociology. Andrew Graham Costa, magna cum laude. Alexandra Georgine Da Silva. Anne Langdon Elrod. Bradley Charles Harrison, cum laude, also meets requirements for foreign language education. Jolie Emerson Hires, top honors, also meets requirements for foreign language education and the Honors College. Randolph Hilly, Edwin Randolph Hilly. Anne Randolph McAfee. Mary Rose Mullins. Audrey Patterson Noonan, also meets requirements for the Honors College. McCatherine Marie Painter, cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Sciences earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated. Graduates, as you know, you didn't do this alone. Your degree is not an individual effort. I would like to recognize your mentors, the faculty members who led you in lectures and group discussions and laboratory work, Please join me in thanking your professors for their expert teaching and their dedication to your education both inside and outside the classroom. Your degree also represents years of preparation, a time that stretches back decades. Your family, friends, and loved ones move the world to get you right here. And while you may never know all of their sacrifices, you do know their never-ending support and encouragement. This is their special moment as well. Members of the class of 2018, let's give your family, friends, and loved ones a great round of applause. Now, as alumni of the College of Charleston, you join an amazing circle of men and women, including our commencement speaker you heard today, who are dedicated to making a difference and being a success. And so, in your beginning moments as graduates of this great institution, let those alumni here today be the first to welcome you into our alumni family. Will all of the College of Charleston alumni on stage and in the audience please stand and welcome our fellow alumni to class of 2018. Thank you. Graduates, you are now an heir of this great and timeless institution. Thus, it is your duty, like the alumni before you, to honor it by your performance in life and by your continued engagement with the college. We do that by volunteering on campus, by mentoring students, by making gifts. In short, remember this quote on life, which is widely attributed to Sir Winston Churchill. It's one of the most beautiful quotes. You make a living by what you get. You make a life by what you give. I encourage you, the class of 2018, to return here as often as you can. This will always be your home, no matter what stage of life you are in, no matter where in the world you live, no matter what exciting careers you pursue. The College of Charleston is forever now a part of your DNA. The college is proud to welcome you all into our widening alumni circle. We can't wait to see the many great things that you will do. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me one time more in congratulating the class of 2018. Graduates, once again, congratulations. Now walk proudly through Porter's Lodge as heirs of the College of Charleston.
you.